Hey garden friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my yard, actually my greenhouse. Today we're going to be wrapping some gifts and I'm going to be incorporating some things from my yard. So some things from nature to really enhance and make my gift wrapping really special. I'm excited to get going on this crafty project today. So first things first, I've got my latte here in the greenhouse. It is my second cup of coffee today, but you know what? The kids are home for Christmas vacation or holiday break, so the second cup of coffee is much needed today. Hanging out in my greenhouse, checking on my plants. Everything's looking really good in here. Well, pretty much everything. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to kind of forage around in my greenhouse and out in my yard to look for some things from nature to incorporate into my gift wrapping. So most of my gift wrapping, like the wrapping of itself, is done, or the wrapping part is complete. But what I want to do today is use some things from nature and from my yard to really like enhance the packages and make them look really special. So the first thing I'm going to do is go out into my yard and just see if there's anything like more fresh that I can clip off of any of my existing plants, maybe some evergreens. I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to just look around and see what I can find. And then I'm going to be doing some stuff with some dried elements here in my greenhouse, and I think I'm going to do some spray painting. So let's go ahead, let's head out to the yard and see what we can find, and then let's get going on this. So here's what I got off those. They smelled really good actually. So these can definitely be used. I'm looking at my heuchera and I think, I don't know, the leaves are really pretty, but I'm not sure how they will hold up. So I think I'm gonna skip those for now. Let's go look around and see what else we can find. But I think this was a good find. All right, so in this garden bed, I think I have some things I can use. I've got these, they're some kind of herb. And they have like a pretty, I can't get it to show right there, a pretty leaf. So I'm gonna grab a few of these. And again, I don't know if these will like wilt or if they'll stay green, but I can try it. So I have 2 rosemary topiaries. These would be really good to incorporate. So I'm gonna clip a little bit of rosemary. On the way back to my greenhouse, I found one more. This is an evergreen. It's a blue, like a blue spruce that I planted in a pot. And this can be really pretty. So I'm gonna clip just a couple of these. It's kind of painful to like clip these, but it's going to be so pretty. So I'm just going to do a couple. All right, the color of those is really, really pretty. All right, let's head back to the greenhouse. All right, so here's what I got around my yard. Some rosemary, some evergreen foliage. Yeah, some pretty green, fresher things. And now I want to look around my greenhouse. So I do have some eucalyptus. These I grew from seed last year, and most of them are doing okay, although I've noticed some of them getting a little too dry in here. I need to probably be better about watering them. So I might go ahead and trim a few of these. I'll show you my biggest one here. This one is my largest one and most successful one. So I do have quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna trim just a couple of these as well to use in my gift wrapping. And then let me show you some of my dried flowers and kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So over here in the back of my greenhouse, I have some flowers that I have dried from the summertime. These are actually from the tops of daylilies. These ones here are not rhodies, what am I trying to say? Here's some pincushion flowers. And these are some straw flowers. No, are they straw? I can't think of all the names, you guys. It's a week before Christmas. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do have quite a few dried flowers. The color of them is nothing much to speak of. Hydrangeas, thank you very much, hydrangeas. But I'm gonna go ahead and I have some spray paint that I brought in. Where's my spray paint? Oh, so I have just a gold, like a metallic gold spray paint that I just had. So I'm gonna try spray painting some of these gold. And then I have a kind of a green. I wish I had a red. I don't have a red, unfortunately, and I don't have time or money to go buy any, but I'm gonna use what I have, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and lay some of these down on a piece of newspaper and just hit them with some spray paint and see if I can zhuzh them up a little bit and make them look a little bit more festive so I can use them in my gift wrapping. So here we go. I could not be happier with how this is turning out. I should have worn gloves, but that's okay. The gold is awesome. Next time I definitely want to get some silver as well. The green is okay as well too. But yeah, this is like really transforming these dried flowers and I'm loving the effect. So I'm gonna do a few more with the gold, maybe a couple more with the green, and then let them dry and we'll see what we got. So here's what I ended up with. I've got the green pincushion flower, the gold hydrangea. I did one green allium and then the rest of the alliums I did gold just because I thought they would be really pretty. Now I'm wishing I had some red. I might have to go to the store and get some red spray paint because now I'm obsessed with this and I want to do everything. So these are the ones off of the Daylily. I did a couple green hydrangeas. I did all of the, gosh, guys, I can't remember the name of these. They're not straw flower. I'll try to remember. And then more of the gold hydrangea. And unfortunately, I got spray paint on my coat. So word to the wise, wear a jacket you don't care about. But you guys, I'm so excited with the way these turned out. I think I want to just go ahead and take the rest of my dried stuff and maybe just, I don't know, I might grab some more red spray paint because I do really like the look of this and I have so many more dried flowers that it's like, what else am I gonna do with them? I might as well spray them and maybe use them in a display for New Year's or something. So anyway, highly, highly recommend if you have some dried flowers to hit them with some spray paint. It really like transforms them. And it's so cool that all of this came from my garden. So let's go ahead and see if we can incorporate this into some gift wrapping. I have to let these dry, obviously. But then I'm super excited to see what I can do with these. Okay guys, so I'm back inside. I've got all my spray painted flowers. I'll be honest, they weren't drying very well outdoors because it's so cold. So it kind of smells like spray paint in my house right now, but I think that they're gonna dry a lot easier in here. I have some different ribbons. So I've got this really wide, wired, white shiny ribbon. I have some baker's twine, I believe this is called. And this is just stuff I had. I've got some narrower ribbon. Oops, I'm making a mess here. And then I found this little checkered ribbon, which I had never used, and some white velvet ribbon. So I think I purchased most of these last year. I didn't purchase anything today. Then I found this that I also had. It's kind of like some burlap. I've got my hot glue gun, my clippers. I've got my greens that I collected, my fresh greens. And then all of my packages are actually wrapped with the same wrap right now. So it's kind of gonna be, they're all kind of the same. But I'm gonna change up the fronts to make them all different. And then I'm gonna be making some tags for some of these as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. And I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can watch how I'm doing this. And hopefully it will give you some creative ideas. So for this first one, I just did a ribbon around it and then used some dried hydrangeas to create the illusion of a bow. The glue gun definitely came in handy for this crafting project today. On this package, I'm using the baker's twine, but I'm wrapping it around several times and then incorporating some of the fresh greens to the front of the package. Next up, I'm using some of this white wired ribbon and then incorporating some of the fresh rosemary into the front. On this package, I'm making a little tag with some leftover craft paper, and then I decided to cut this ribbon in half just because it was a little bit wide, and I'm using that as an accent. Now, this burlap ribbon was actually really slick. Because it had sort of a weave to it, I could just take the stems of my nature elements and sort of just weave them down into it, and it held really well. So this one I'm sort of creating a bow with those hydrangeas, and I love the way it turned out. On this package, I'm using more of the baker's twine and then incorporating some of the arborvitae trimmings that I did and also some of the blue spruce. On this package, I'm taking one of the hydrangeas and a couple of the alliums and actually bundling them together and sort of tying them with string before attaching them to the front of the gift. These are the first packages that I finished, and I felt really good about them, but I have to say the longer I worked on this, the more I got in my creative flow and was able to really, come up with unique ideas for each package. With this velvet ribbon, I'm using a little trick. If you fold the ends in half and then clip them, it'll give you a nice dovetail effect on the end of the ribbon. I love the pop of color that the checkered ribbon provided, and if you tie a nice tight bow, you can just slide one of those alliums right down in. I didn't even have to use any hot glue on that one. Here I'm incorporating some of the eucalyptus that I trimmed from some of my greenhouse plants, and it smelled really amazing. Because this package was a little taller, it was fun to put something fancy up on the top of it. Here I'm taking some of the greens I collected and sort of tying them together and making a little bundle before attaching them to the gift. this one turned out kind of funny. I decided to just take the little tops off all these flowers and just sort of glue them around like little polka dots. I'm not sure about this design, but I don't know, it's kind of fun, I guess. Here I'm doing that trick with the ribbon where you can create the dovetail. This velvet ribbon is so soft, and I love that blue color of the spruce. The best smelling gift award goes to this rosemary package. It smelled so good. I'm so excited for my alliums to bloom again this year. I love the way that the dried blooms look. They're just so cool. Highly recommend the trick of sort of bundling these together before trying to attach them. Here I've got some of the arborvitae that I clipped and kind of making a little bundle before attaching it to the front of the package. I really love the linear quality of these blooms from my daylilies. I never really considered using them as dried flowers, but I really love the way that they look. So after attaching the burlap ribbon, I was able to use these pincushion flowers and sort of just weave the stems down in, and I really like sort of the whimsical abstract design that it created. So if you're going to do a project like this at home, I would recommend, getting all your materials together, creating an area where you have plenty of space and plenty of time to really get into the creative process of it. I found myself just really getting lost in the design of each package, making them all different. It was a very enjoyable afternoon for me. So here's the final result of all the packages under the tree. I think it looks so beautiful, and I'm really proud of the fact that they're all eco-conscious designs. They all are unique and special for the people that I'm gifting this year. I hope you enjoyed watching this video today and that it gave you some inspiration about how you can incorporate things from your garden and your yard into your gift wrapping designs this year. So stay tuned for my last video in the Countdown to Christmas series, where I'll be recapping everything we've done this season. I'll see you then. Until then, I'll be hanging out in the yard. Bye.